Welcome to another episode of Ascension Activations. Welcome. So, tonight we are going to be discussing attachments. Before we do that, we are ever so gently going to Om. Now, an Om opens and expands the upper chakras. It also allows a thought grid to fully form in our field, connecting each and every one of us to the channeled message. This is the way the star people connect into each and every one of us so that it brings forward the most aligned information for each of our ascension processes. That's beautiful. So we're going to ever so gently take a deep breath in. And one more deep breath in. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to start with page 202. From Keys to My Ascension, we're discussing attachments and energetic cords. So I'm just going to read a little bit and see. Attachments are energetic beings who may be of the light or dark polarity. We refer to these beings as messengers. In this topic, we shall refer to attachments as a negative polarity expression. Each attachment connects to the individual's energetic grid through the star field nodule system. This is a set of vortices in the outer aura field located where the meridian and ley lines intersect. So your aura field is circular in its nature. It actually runs like a toroidal field, like a figure eight, and it goes out very, very wide. Most human beings, the aura field is about 6 feet, but it can be amplified. Now, the meridian and ley line systems are these little crosses. Directly in the center of the cross, there's a little energetic vortice. This vortice is the same exact vortex that's in the chakra systems. So when we look at the chakras, we have the root chakra, the sacral, solar plexus, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the pineal gland. Well, that expands outwards into the meridian and ley line systems. The more we start to dive into the star field, it allows us to pull our memories. Now, each and every memory is comprised of emotions and thoughts. These are thought forms, which is circular in its nature, dear ones. Each thought form may be energetically cast at an individual. This thought form may then send a density or lighter frequency in their aura. The star field aligns according to your thought forms and emotional signatures held. For each nodule in your star field may hold either a positive or negative polarity. Of course, the process of ascension allows the primary individual to hold neutrality, which shall in turn shift the star field into a neutral position. Holding 144 starfield nodules in a neutral position then allows the higher self to energetically bond in the physical form. This, dear ones, is what we know as being a fifth dimensional being. However, it is more of a fifth density encoded being. For your higher self is a higher frequency compared to the physicality of the reality you know. Holding a higher density means more love. More love shining through your physical form allows a higher frequency and crystallization of your physical body. Each of you are encoded with a 12-strand DNA system. Many of these strands are crystallized in their nature. There is different forms of meditations which allow each individual to connect to the higher self realm. The higher self is an 11th octave frequency higher than the physical form. What this means, dear ones, each of you may meditate. You may access the higher self frequencies. And through that meditation, the higher self will radiate into the center soul tubule, 11th octave frequency. The more and more you connect in this manner, it allows a type of crystallization in the direct 0 point of each chakra subsystem. This, dear ones, allows for your physical body to start to undergo a process of crystallization. In time, your planetary frequencies will adjust, allowing the crystallization process to occur very rapidly amongst all individuals in alignment. For the individual must hear the call, must place focus and attention on ascension in order to allow a crystallization of this manner. There are different solar energetic shifts occurring at very rapid rates now. These solar energetic shifts are allowing each individual here to hold and absorb higher frequencies. This automatically shifts the levels of awareness each individual is holding. Your level of awareness shifts the physical reality coding grids. For, dear ones, the more you see into the crystalline realms, it allows for instantaneous manifestations. It allows for subatomic reprogramming of your biological form as well as the civilization around you. Any aspect of your waking physical world may be changed or modified at will. For the process of focusing your consciousness allows any genome expression to be changed or modified. You may start to observe your genome of the DNA systems as if they were light switches. For this is a very simplistic manner of activating your DNA. For any extrasensory ability, you may place a focus on that DNA subsystem and imagine or visualize turning on that little light switch. Yes, it is that easy. The more you focus on these abilities, the more your biological form will respond, allowing a type of crystallization to form, not only in your bodies. However, you may start to observe mirror reflections in your aura field. This mirror reflection allows the primary individual to see any thought form radiated outwards into any secondary individuals. For you may speak the word apple, and then you may witness an apple in real life. These mirror reflections allow you as the individual to observe what frequencies you are holding within the self. Any emotional casting may generate a new thought form, or simply speaking the word release to allow any lower vibrational attachments or thought forms to be released from your field. Many cycle repeat marks may have to be recalibrated multiple times in order for true neutrality to become held. Each individual has a nervous system net running underneath your skin. This nervous system net is connected to the fascio net systems. However, it is also ethereal in its nature, connected to plasma systems. Each thought form changes or modifies your nervous system net. Many individuals watching may have had an experience of holding a crystal. This crystal, dear ones, may shift your energy inside the body. This is an easy way to identify how thought forms are engaged. For each crystal contains a vibratory frequency, which changes or modifies your nervous system net. Different emotional settings may also change the flow of the meridian and ley line energetics inside your body. Once again, dear ones, every item each individual is interacting with in your physical world changes the nervous system net. This is energy, but your entire body is formed from ethereal energy. They're asking me how I'm doing. I'm doing really good. Thank you, guys. There's like some water in my eye. I have to like stop and laugh. Thank you, star people. Okay, so attachments are energetic beings that, hold on, I'm just gonna clean my glasses because they can see the water on my glasses and it got on my eye. Okay. Okay, excellent. Thank you, star people. Okay, so attachments are energetic beings that attach onto our energy grid through the star field. Now, what that looks like is we have to be the ones to open the door. So the star field is where our true dominion lies. Those nodules are either going to be positive, negative, or neutral. When we hold those different emotion codes, it then allows any attachment, but really they're messengers. So the attachments are lower frequencies, but we have higher frequency ones too. We call the higher frequency ones angels. But the truth is that there's a full spectrum. Some of them are neutral in their emotion codes. So they may push through the body in order to witness or observe select experiences that each and every one of us has. They're messengers because whether they're positive, negative, or neutral, they are connected to the source frequency, which is where our higher selves are coming from. And because they're a part of the source frequency, they are a part of us. So, what they actually are is we trigger the emotion code and it allows the attachment or the messenger to then attach onto us. And what their primary job is to continuously push or radiate that emotion code until we, as the divine creator, we raise our frequency and we hold neutrality in order to transcend that emotion code. The second that we hold neutrality, the attachment or messenger releases because that experience is no longer needed. Once again, the star people said a little bit earlier that we may have to go through the process of releasing them several times. That is because you may hold an emotion code from different angles of expression. And what that looks like is um, you can have an emotion of happiness, and you may have the same emotion of happiness with happy tears. Those are two separate attachments or messengers. They're messengers. So when we hold different angles of the same emotion code, it then may require further clearing in order to release all of that energy off of us. Now, I know some of you guys are probably having this thought in your mind, why would I want to clear a messenger of happiness? Well, we would want to hold neutrality. And when we hold neutrality, it's okay if it's here, it's okay if it is not. When we hold neutrality to every single emotion, it allows us to raise our body's frequency above that emotional frequency. Because remember, the emotion of happiness and sadness, it is one frequency wave with two opposite polarities. That's very, very important because when we start to identify, oh, happiness and sadness, it's the same frequency, just opposite polarities, it then allows us to come to neutrality. It's okay to experience happiness. It's okay to experience sadness. And now I choose to hold neutrality so that I can transcend that emotional imprint or thought form. Thought forms can be very complex. So a thought form can be anything from happiness, but it can also be a tree with yellow leaves. And when you are holding that thought form, once again, your mirror reflections are going to trigger and you're going to start to see a tree with yellow leaves. And that is because you are holding on to that energetic signature inside of your body, mind, and spirit, which then allows it to be perceived somewhere in the outside world. Now, I literally just had an experience the other day with Emperor tomatoes. So this was my first time having the tomato, or it might have been. They were black. That's why I purchased them. And then shortly after, I'm on a phone call with one of my friends, and the word emperor from the tarot card came out of her mouth. This is just an example about how we are engaging with an emotion code or a thought form, and then we witness it show up somewhere in our waking worlds. The more and more we start to hold higher frequencies in our body, many of us have done this already. We go in, we do the shadow work, we go through our past, we release the traumas and the emotional imprints that have been holding on to our entire lives. And the second that we release, now all of a sudden there's more light pushing through your body. The more light that pushes through your body, the faster the mirror reflections are going to show up for you. That's really important, because the faster the mirror reflections show up, it means that your biological form is showing you above time and space. When that happens, your heart has an oscillation rate. The oscillation rate is called the flicker rate. And the flicker rate is literally how you see time and space. So every single thing that you see outside your eyes, imagine there's a picture frame around it. The way that that system works is it's an image with an image behind it, and it actually flickers like a flicker rate. Your oscillation rate of the heart is also changed or modified by the Earth's frequencies. That is of high value to know, because when we start to talk about other civilizations on other planets, you may hear that concept come through of, oh, our flicker rate is higher. That means that they see or perceive time and space at a higher angle, which gives them an access above time and space. So what that really looks like is holding the thought form inside of your mind of tree with yellow leaves, closing your eyes. You may feel gratitude for that tree with yellow leaves. You may feel it in your heart. You may then imagine or visualize a ball of yellow light inside of your heart, containing the thought form, a tree with yellow leaves. And as you visualize that thought ball, you may expand it, allowing that energy to now touch into every cell in your body. When you feel that thought ball radiate into the nervous system net directly under your skin and into every cell, you may then thank it. And that's what we do. And the second we do that, we hold that thought form, and now that's it. You're done. And it literally takes 2 seconds to do. The second that you have now absorbed that thought form, now you just sit back and wait and watch the tree with yellow leaves to show up for you. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to force anything or fight. You don't have to do any of that stuff. We release all of it. We have to align. And what this is doing is it's allowing us to generate an energetic cord or tubule to the tree with the yellow leaves. And the second that we align ourselves to it, it magnetically is going to come into our mirror reflections, because that is the way the aura field is designed to work. It is designed to show us the energies that we are holding. So when we start to program our fields and we start to say, I'm calling this thought form, I am this thought form, I now take this thought form in my heart, I feel unconditional love for this thought form. The higher the emotional frequency you are able to hold while energetically casting the thought form, the better. That emotion, it filters through the heart chakra subsystems. For the heart is a vortex energetic in its nature. Your physical heart also vortexes the biological fluid systems, allowing your fluid system to hold a memory coding of an emotional setting, while you are holding unconditional love for your thought form, the tree with yellow leaves. You now may then allow that thought ball to radiate into the cellular levels of your body. The more each of you consistently work with thought forms in a high emotional setting, it then allows your manifestations to acquire rapid transcendental consciousness. We wish for each individual watching to send the utmost love to Mother Earth as she goes through her ascension process, as she too is changing and shifting according to different frequencies within the human consciousness grids and the solar energetics. And we are sending many, many love and blessings, dear ones. Thank you. Thank you, star people, for tonight's beautiful channeled session. Thank you, guys. Okay, you guys have a wonderful night. Anybody who's coming to the Shadow Work Zoom, we are starting at 8:30. It is absolutely complimentary. You guys can send an email through to daniellelipton.com, and I send you guys a Zoom link. While we're there, we do anybody who has questions on spiritual topics, or we do energetic healings and clearings. It'll be fun. Okay, you guys have a wonderful night.